For the first time in the country's prosecution history, a special investigation team will be formed to simultaneously probe two high-profile figures over what began as allegation of corruption. One, a senior presidential secretary on bribery charges. The other, the very inspector who had been probing the presidential secretary. Now, the inspector for allegedly leaking information on an ongoing case. An unprecedented case for the prosecution here. Our Ji Myung-kil reports.
The Supreme Prosecutors Office said Tuesday that a special investigation team will look into a series of allegations involving two top government officials at the same time. This will be the first time in Korea's prosecution history that two high-profile figures will be probed simultaneously. The prosecution is expected to summon Woo Byung-woo, the senior presidential secretary for civil affairs, and Special Inspector Lee Seok-su, who was heading a probe into Woo. The senior presidential aide is suspected of having exerted influence in helping his son get special treatment in his mandatory military service, while his family members are alleged to have used the company's public funds for living expenses. Woo still remains in his position despite calls for his resignation. Meanwhile, Inspector Yi also came under fire for allegedly leaking information of Woo's ongoing case to the media.
Didn't the prosecution say it would look into the info leakage case? It's not right for me to talk about the ongoing probe, so I'll give details when I get summoned by the prosecution.
Yi's action was strongly criticized by the presidential office of Cheongwade, deeming Yi's behavior, if verified, as a grave violation of the law. Yi was appointed by President Park Geun-hye as the first independent inspector last year to mainly deal with corruption cases involving the president's relatives and aides. Ji Myung-kil, Arirang News.